Hi guys! For those of you who don't know me, my name is Christine Bonaparte, and this is the first video of my 2018 fitness journey. So this is totally out of my comfort zone. I've never been one to do vlogs or videos other than posting of my daughter on Facebook. So bear with me. I'm probably going to be constantly looking down my notes. I don't have the new high-tech equipment or microphone or flash or anything like that. But this is really just something for me that I've decided to start to keep me motivated, to keep me accountable, to keep me on top of things. I know I'm not going to be #1 on YouTube or anything, but this is just for me personally, and if there's any of you who want to join along with me and we can work together on this, that'd be awesome. First thing is, I really didn't want this to be a New Year's resolution or cliche start of the year weight loss journey or anything, but just because of the holidays and everything leading up to that, I've just been so busy, which is, you know, the #1 excuse you hear, but I am just entirely fed up. And, you know, nowadays you hear so much about, you know, body positivity and loving yourself for who you are, no matter what the size, whether you're curves or skinny. And I just want to let you guys know right off the bat, this has nothing to do with vanity or thinking I'm beautiful or worth it. I know that, you know, being a strong Christian, I firmly believe in loving yourself for who God created you to be. But this is something a little different. This is just how I feel within my health and, you know, my mental health and all of that. I've just, after giving birth to Ariella, it has just gone downhill. I'm constantly feeling tired. I'm constantly feeling uncomfortable. My bones ache when I get up in the morning. I don't feel good, you know, and I just know that a lot of that is coming from the amount of weight that I have put on over the past couple of months. You know, I want to be able to you know, jump up in the morning and play with Ariella and, you know, go do things without getting exhausted immediately, run up the stairs to grab something without getting tired, be able to cross my legs in order to tie my shoes comfortably. It's just all things that I'm not used to. You know, I've never grew up, you know, this thin and skinny girl, but I've always been able to easily lose my weight. Right when I graduated high school and before I got married, and you know, all these times that I wanted to quickly lose weight, I was able to do that. But now being a mom and the struggles I went through soon after she was born, there's just been so many things that have contributed to my weight gain and the struggle to lose it this time. So I'm really hoping that through this, through recording my journey, I really hate saying that word because it just sounds so cliche, but it's true. Recording my journey, keeping up with videos and Instagram and things like that, that perhaps that I will feel accountable or accounted for enough so that I can finally make this happen. So what I'm going to do in this video is kind of go in a background of how I got to this point, which might be kind of long. So if you're not interested in looking at that and you just want to see what my plan is and my before stats and all that kind of stuff, then I'm going to put the time right around here so that you can see what point to skip forward towards. So like I said, I want to go into background a little bit, and I know I've mentioned some things about how soon after my daughter was born, this all happened, but it really started probably right after I got married. You know, If any of you can relate, right after you get married, you're comfortable, you're happy where you are, you're not worried about your weight, you're just happy to be with your spouse. And so that was the same for me, and I was just enjoying things and moving down to Florida and enjoying life, enjoying being with my best friend. And he just loves me for who I am. He couldn't care less what I looked like. So that has been good and bad at some points, because it, you know, led me more to not worry as much. So I had actually started right after I hit my point where I did not want to gain any more weight. After probably 6 months of being married, I had started a journey probably around maybe May. I'll have to look at it, but maybe May of 2015. Let's see. 2016. So May 2016 is right around when I started to lose my weight. And then I got pregnant. And so I didn't know at this point. I got pregnant around July, and I didn't know at that point that I was, but I just started gaining my weight back. I wasn't feeling well. I was having morning sickness and didn't even know it. I started gaining my weight back to the probably 20 to 30 pounds that I had lost. And then I was back up to that point I had started at. And after that, I had severe morning sickness up until 7 months, and I had actually gone back down another 18, 20 pounds, and it was awesome. I know it wasn't the greatest thing. I was pregnant and it was through morning sickness, but I had gone back down. And right around my 7 to 8 months, the morning sickness went away and I finally could eat again. And so the weight just started coming on and on and on. So throughout the pregnancy, I had gained about 35 pounds in addition to my pre-pregnancy weight. I had thought, you know, when I give birth and start breastfeeding and nursing Ariella, that the weight was just going to fall off. And as if you know me, some of you may know, we had really struggled with nursing. It wasn't working. She wasn't getting enough from me. I wasn't pumping enough. I had given a bottle way too early, and she just wasn't taking me after that. She just wanted the bottle. So we tried and tried and tried for about 6 months. And through that time, it was awful because I was getting suggestions of, oh, well, if you don't eat enough, then you're not going to produce enough. So I was just trying to eat everything I can, whether it was good or bad, but it was just tons of calories to try to get to the point where I could feed my daughter and not have to worry about supplementing with formula anymore. So with that, I gained about another 10 to 15 pounds on top of what I had already been right before she was born. So at about 6 months is when I decided to stop breastfeeding. We had tried as much as we could, and we were just going to go on all formula. And I had thought, you know, okay, great, we're not going to be stressing as much. I'm not going to be feeding myself all these nutrients to try to feed her, so I'll be able to lose the weight again. So that was around October. Then we had so many things coming up. And so me, I am a stress eater. I'm an emotional eater. Pretty much anything, bored eater. And so with everything going on, I had just continued to put my health in the back burner. And so it was really strange. It was I kind of feel like for the longest time I've been this Jekyll and Hyde kind of person where at night when I'm laying down before I go to bed, I just am so depressed, you know, tears in my eyes, just can't even bear that I've gotten to this point. the way that I feel, the way that nothing's fitting me anymore. I'm just feeling extremely uncomfortable and not knowing how in the world I've gotten to this point. And you know, I'm gonna do so good tomorrow, and watching all those videos on YouTube that you see, the motivational videos, the journey videos, the before and after videos, and you know, tomorrow it's gonna be better, it's gonna be better. And then, you know, you get up and something's going on with the baby, and you know, we've got these other things going on, and there's food that we've already had, or we don't have any food, and we run to the fast food place, and you know, life just gets away, and I reach for those bad things, and I'm thinking in my head, you know, it's okay. I'm giving myself all these excuses of why it's okay for me to be eating this way or putting this garbage into my body. And like I said, these two completely different personalities of being completely depressed and wanting to change, and then being settled with this point that I've gotten to, and okay with continuing to be in this place. So I'm hurt, you know. I'm disappointed. Like I said, I'm just depressed. I know if some of you know me and see me, I hide all of this, and I don't say it a lot, but it's just what goes on in my mind all the time. I know that when I see people I haven't in a while, they're looking like, wow, look at all the weight she's gained. I know that people that I've met, you know, I feel like they're looking at me and thinking about how big I am, and you know, I just feel it. I just feel like everywhere I go, wherever I am, whether it's at church or just among friends or at home, it's all that's on my mind, you know, now. It's all that I'm thinking about. And you know, being a woman of faith, I try my best not to let these thoughts and feelings consume me, because that's not why I was put on this earth, you know. And I can't let that get in the way of how I live and how I fulfill my purpose on earth. So I think through this, you'll see, like I put on my Instagram, through this I want to be able to find myself again. I want to be able to recenter, reconnect with my faith, and my family and my fitness. So here we go. So if you have skipped forward, you're at the right place. I just wanted to start with the very beginning. So that's my goal at this point, is what I was at my wedding. So I'm going to put a picture. Hopefully I'll have the technology to get it up here. So this is when I was at probably my prime fitness level, I guess you could say. As you have probably noticed, I haven't mentioned numbers, and I will let you know that I am 22 years old, will be 23 in March, and I am 5 feet and 7.5 inches tall. So when you see my pictures and videos of my weight updates, I'm just not comfortable putting the numbers out right now, and I honestly don't think that's what it's about. It's about how I feel and how I guess I look. So if that is what you look like is what you're concerned about, you can just compare it to my height and everything if you're doing this along with me. So this is my starting point and how I would like to be. This is from my wedding. And then I also want to add in my pre-pregnancy, which was when I had gotten back up and I was ready to lose the weight at that point. And then I have my pregnancy, which is when I gained about 35 pounds. And then my post-pregnancy, which had looked pretty good, like I was going back down, And then, like I said, through the struggles, I had, I'm up to now. So you can see me as I am now, but I'll also put a picture, which was one of the ones that had pushed me to say, no, this is it. So those are my befores. Hopefully my after will look similar to that first photo. So really my plan is to just kind of cut out all the bad that I have been consuming, mostly carbs and I guess sugars. My biggest weakness is the carbs. Anything with bread or pasta, that's probably my biggest weakness. So I know that that's one of the things I'm going to cut out, and just keeping on top of my exercise. I have this, if I can show it, elliptical that has been sitting there for a while now. And before that, I had another elliptical that has also been sitting there for a while. And hopefully, if I can continue and really show that I'm serious, I will have another one. Just trying to get the one that works best for me. But that's my plan, is to cut some things out, add some exercise. I need to give myself little goals, so that's my plan. I want to probably lose at least 5 pounds until my next video. So I know that's a big goal for a weight loss in a week, but for my first week with losing water weight and right after Christmas, I think I should be able to do 5 pounds. So I hope that I can say I've lost 5 pounds next week. I do want to mention that I am by no means a doctor, healthcare professional, or any of the above. So if you are wanting to do this along with me, I would recommend meeting with a nutritionalist or a doctor before going through any of this. Anything that you see me do, go at your own risk. And if you're doing this along with me, then awesome. You are free to follow me on Instagram. I just created it, but if I'm correct, it is findingme_23. So you can find maybe what I'm eating, what I'm doing throughout the day. You'll also probably see some pictures of my family, but mostly how I'm doing with my fitness. And I will update this weekly. All right, bye guys.